you could probably hear this on the radio or on the video. This particular injector is pretty loud. You hear that? You hear that? And then we'll go to the other side. Nice and quiet. Okay, so where's my flashlight? Here it is. It's still making a lot of noise. So then I took it to the sync gauges. These are my synchronizing gauges, and your bike's actually making really, really good vacuum. But here, I'm trying to get it balanced out, and I can't. The main reason why I can't get it balanced out is because your throttle lock is literally resting on the crash bar. You see that right there? See that? Like, it's literally pressing on it. So I can't make the adjustment. Okay, pressing on it, you can see that it's not just a gentle lean. Focus, yeah. Okay, you can see where the paint from your crash bar has been worn away because this has been literally pressing against it all this time. So I'm gonna have to get in here and correct this. It's a little unorthodox, but it's important that, yeah, it's important that it's not pressing on it. Okay, Jonathan, got it sorted out. I physically moved the throttle cable away, focus. Yeah, there you go. So now there's room. And there was actually a considerable adjustment to make between the left cylinder and the right cylinder. I want you to, just gonna point at it. I want you to take note of how much of a difference there is between the lock nut, which the screwdriver tip is touching, and the barrel adjuster, which the screwdriver tip is touching. Okay, so this is left cylinder. Okay, so now we're gonna go over to the right cylinder. And it's pretty evident. You can see how much of a difference there is between the two. All right. I've got your air fuel mix turned out evenly on both to about 1 3/4. So that feels good. And then that noisy lifter down there, which you can't really see, but it's settled down. It's not nearly as loud as it was before. And what's most important, and I don't know if this translates onto video very well. Okay, the light is off? Yeah, okay. The video frame rate in which this video camera records is late in terms of how the LEDs flash. So you can't see what I see. But really what I was going for, based on what this meter could show me, is there was a lot of latency between the two cylinders. So the one that was stuck on the left side, when you went to pull the throttle, it was actually really late, and the one on the right side was really early. So you'd get one cylinder that performed a little bit ahead of the other one, and it's called synchronizing. So I basically have synchronized the throttle bodies so they both pull evenly. I know this one on this side is very shallow. Well, this one on this side is a lot taller, a lot deeper, so to speak. But this is exactly what the bike likes, and I can see it visually on the meter, and I'm sorry it doesn't translate very well onto video, but I'm telling you that it feels very light, very receptive, and what's most important is now we've got a really nice idle. Yeah, we've got a nice, respectful idle. Okay, I changed the aspect ratio to 60 frames per second, and maybe that'll... Yeah, no, you still can't see it. All right, never mind. Yeah, okay, we're good. I'm gonna button this all up and take it for a test ride, and hopefully get this bike back under your bum this afternoon. Okay, my friend, just got back from the test ride. Fantastic. Great response from the engine, steady, smooth, etc. And I was riding it, and I really appreciate finally someone with a really shallow clutch pull. And what that means is instead of taking the lever all the way to the bar to get the clutch actuate, yours is really shallow. It's like, that's it. That's the full pull right there. But then I put my hand on the throttle, like this, and well, I wasn't getting the acceleration that I wanted. And I thought, feels like your clutch is slipping. So I checked the mileage. I'm like, no, mileage is respectful for a clutch, kind of. But then I took the clutch fluid lid off, and I was like, oh my God. What? Okay, let me just there's no way that's accurate. Wow. Okay, I'm gonna do a, watch this. I need to do like this. Okay, so before this is after, right? I'm pretty sure you can see the difference. And let me just, this is a second rinse, okay? So basically I syringe or vacuum out the old oil that was in there. I clean, I wipe, I Q-tip, get all inside there, get it all nice and tidied up for you. Then I put in brake oil and I slosh that around and I do a first rinse. Let me show you what the first rinse looks like. All right, my friend. So this is what came out of your clutch reservoir, and this is first rinse. Like, bro, come on. I hope you do not mind that I made the executive decision to do this job without your permission, and I completely accept if you're like, dude, I would have done this myself, or, you know, whatever it is, I apologize for that. But I'm hoping that you approve of what I've done here, because, wow, like I'm completely blown away by the difference in these syringes. First rinse, this is what came out, first rinse. This is the second rinse. So this is also coming out. Then the third rinse goes in, and then I go and I bleed from the bottom and get it all sorted out for you. Put all the blankets and stuff on top just to protect the paint if there's any splatter, blah, blah, blah. But my goodness, wow. Okay, and this is third rinse. And I know you're probably seeing little floaties in there. Of course, there's gonna be air bubbles in. I syringed it out, so bubbles, of course, get stuck in there. But the third rinse is just to ensure that if there were any, if there's anything left over hanging around inside there, that potentially I've got it rinsed out. So now I'm going to fill the reservoir with fourth, and then bleed from the bottom and get it done. And hopefully this clutch will feel all right, Jonathan. Good. Bike is ready. I have swapped out the I have swapped out the clutch fluid, and after that and another test ride, I sincerely believe that your bike needs a clutch. You are probably best to determine whether or not it does. But in torturing the clutch here on the desk and a couple of test rides, I'm of the opinion that your bike needs a clutch. But you tell me, if you don't feel like your bike is getting very good gas mileage, or the performance is just not where you want it to be, then maybe it's a good idea that we discuss a clutch for this bike. 52,053, where are you at? 52,124 is a little on the low side for a clutch, but you know, there's not a hard and fast number for when a clutch needs to be changed. It depends 100% on how the clutch has been used. And in this case, 52,000 is about right. So let's discuss it. I think you should ride it for a little bit more, and you should report back to me what your fuel economy is like. And with that consideration of fuel economy will also be a consideration of performance. If you feel like the bike is performing well and the fuel economy is respectful, then we'll just ignore my observation. But if you feel like, yeah, it's slipping, it's kind of time, well, then we should talk about a clutch. And that is it. Okay, talk to you soon.